Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me here today. I will show that I have two live active participants. Will you please introduce yourselves?
Maria Bristow.
Tom Bristow.
And they are my parents. We are all aware of the upcoming election, all right? And we're aware of some of the big named amendments. But some of the smaller ones, including Amendment 2, has relatively gone unnoticed. And I want to take a moment to talk to you about Amendment 2 and maybe persuade you to vote yes on this beneficial amendment. I won't read exactly what the amendment states, but essentially it will define the right of Floridian citizens to hunt and fish as a constitutional right rather than one granted by bill or a law. This will protect our right to hunt and fish and make it harder to take it away. No, there is no active attack on it. However, there is really no reason not to pass it. And I will go through why we should pass it and why hunting and fishing is beneficial to both the economy, to feeding people, and managing the wildlife population in our environment. First off, we're going to talk about the economical contributions that fishing and hunting bring to the Floridian economy. And of course, this would apply to nationwide, but right now we will only discuss Florida. According to deltawaterfowl.gov, in a released 2022 research, 14 million hunters contributed $45.2 billion to the national economy. This is a lot of money, and this helps businesses, small businesses, especially when 6% of the U.S. population hunted. That is a large number and will only go up. Of that $45.2 billion, almost half that money was spent on equipment alone. That equipment helps boost smaller businesses and brings them to higher statuses that will, in turn, they will pay taxes and our economy will benefit. Moving right along, it manages the wildlife population. In a perfect world, if there weren't humans, nature would balance itself out. This is not the case. We have turned natural habitats into homes, businesses, parking lots. This takes away from the overall availability to the wildlife. So they are constrained to smaller and smaller areas. And this means that you can't support the same amount of deer or birds, elk, what have you. So you need smaller amounts. Well, regulations are set up by biologists who study these populations and set limits based on what's needed. You know, if too many deer are around, they will eat all the vegetation. There won't be anything left for anyone else. So they set limits to how many hunters can hunt each year. It's different. It's constantly changing and adapting to what the need is. So there's no concern for overhunting. Moving right along to some counter arguments, some popular questions people state are, won't nature take care of things? As I stated before, we have turned large amounts of land into homes and businesses. There's not enough environment for populations of deer and other wildlife to sustain itself. Also, another point I want to make is the lack of large natural predators. We don't have wolves running around rampant anymore because we as humans don't like them. So we cleared them out. Well, wolves are a natural predator to deer. Without wolves, the deer population is unchecked. So humans take that place. The other popular argument is that hunters kill for a trophy. And while this may be true for some, every hunter eats their meat. Or they find someone who will. The meat does not go to waste. Every legal hunter, that is. And of course, GameWarden.org states that there are over 100 cases of each year of animals being killed for their horns or their antlers, what have you, and the rest being left to rot. And this is true, and this is very upsetting. However, remember, this is a form of illegal hunting known as poaching. Legal hunters do not do this. And this will happen regardless if this amendment is passed. And if this amendment is passed, it will boost the economy, and that money that is made from legal hunters can go to regulatory organizations who can help prevent and enforce anti-poaching laws. Moving right along to the benefits of the meat. According to uwyoextension.org, processing the meat yourself, meaning cutting it up, butchering it, freezing it, is actually cheaper overall than going to a store and buying a steak, if you calculate how much meat you're getting. So a lot of lower income families rely on hunting to feed themselves. Wild game is excellent in vitamin Bs. They are stocked full of them, as well as anti-pesticides, because they are eating natural food, and it is a 100% natural form of meat. There is no human alteration to it. So when you eat wild game, that is the purest it comes, and many find it better than what you buy from a store. Moving on to our conclusion. Amendment 2 will make the right of the people to hunt and fish a constitutional right rather than one passed by a law or a bill. This will solidify it and keep it from being overturned easier unless we are absolutely sure. This is a preemptive defensive attack to protect ourselves and protect our future families. I want to encourage you to vote yes to Amendment 2 as the benefits far outweigh the consequences. Thank you for joining me here today to show that my audience is still here. And we have a dog there too. Thank you for everything you do for me and listen, and I hope you vote yes.